Today we're going to paint a transparent slice of orange. Start by blocking in a pinky color onto the background wall. You could use a blue as well if you wanted to, as long as it's an off-white color. We'll start at the top of the orange and work our way down. The top of the orange is very transparent, so start off with not orange, but very light yellow. Then, as you move downwards, gradually add more yellow to the mix, and then eventually start adding orange. As you can see, none of these colors are bright or intense. We are painting the light transparent part of the orange first. Now we need to start defining the cells of the orange. We do this by defining the outside edge of the cell, as this is less transparent than the inside of the cell. So use a darker color than what you have used to paint in the background, but don't go too dark too quickly. You just want these edges to be 2 to 3 shades darker. Then take a look and see if any of these cells on the inside are brighter than the transparent bits that we've originally blocked in. For example, here at the top we've got lots of really bright white transparent bits. So use some titanium white and pop in the inside of the cells using the white. When doing this, use your photo as a reference to spot these cell edges and the extra bright areas and paint them in more or less. You don't need to get it to look exactly like it does in the photo, because every slice of orange is going to be unique. In the central pith area of the orange, mix up a purple color to use as a shadow for the white. Then fade it into the white paint. Notice how these purples are on the outside and the white is on the inside of the orange. If you need to, use your artist license to darken the patch of wall that you can see through the pith in order to create a good contrast between them. Then do that, because that adds distance between the slice of orange and the wall behind it. Do the same lightening and darkening on the right hand side as well. The rest of the slice becomes less and less transparent as we move down. This tells us that it's actually a wedge shaped slice, as less and less light is passing through the thicker bottom area. We'll need to gradually build up this darkness as we move down towards the bottom of the orange. So start by spotting the darker lines caused by the edge of each segment and paint them in. Then find the edge of the cells inside the segment and paint those in. Then look for the lighter areas inside the cell and paint them in. So it's segment, then the edge of the cell, and then the highlight inside the cell. What I want you to notice is that I'm working rough and fast. You can actually see how much paint I'm using on the brush with each stroke. The idea behind working rough and quick like this is to ensure you create a nice random effect and not a bunch of soldiers in a row. Also notice that I've added quite dark orange against the pith to ensure even more contrast, to make the pith look bright and white. Gradually build up the contrasts in the orange using brighter and brighter yellows and then oranges. To paint the orange peel, block in the outside edge using cadmium orange. Then mix a yellow and white together and paint in the inside edge of the peel. Now notice how I extend a little triangle shape into the orange to show where two segments meet each other. Those little triangles should now obviously correspond with the darker segment lines that you painted inside the orange. With the two colors blocked into the peel, clean your brush and quickly blend them together. Add texture to the peel by adding a few white highlights and a few lighter and darker dots. For these dots, I've used yellow plus white and raw umber for the darker dots. Notice how I soften these dots using my finger. The orange is looking pretty awesome already, so let's add some pizzazz to the painting by painting in the reflection on the table. In other words, the tabletop is not only shiny and smooth, but some of the yummy juice from the orange has also dripped onto the tabletop. To paint the reflection of the orange, use the same orange as you've used on the peel and add a light mirror image of the orange onto the table. This mirror image must be a bright orange at the base and fade lighter as it recedes away from the base. Now let's add the shadow cast by the orange using raw umber. Block in a line underneath the orange where it touches the table and quickly fade it away to each side. For the water drops, paint flat ovals using white on the one side and orange on the other side. Finish each drop with a white reflection dot to indicate the light reflecting in it. And with that, our slice of orange looks like $1,000,000. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please like the video and leave a comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tutorials like this one.